Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sideline Study Podcast. And today is a very exciting episode. This is the couple of days after Christmas. It might be the day after Christmas. I think
it's the day after Christmas.
My mind is so blank because I've had so many Christmas dinners in a row. But I'd like to welcome all of you back who just celebrated Christmas or any holiday you're celebrating out there. Welcome back to the Sideline Study. We got a lot of NFL talk to get into, and I'd like to welcome back, first of all, from the Cold Bone Show, Mr. J.P. Baker. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Tired. Just getting over a cold. Now the entire family's getting a cold. But, everybody's doing good. Taking the little one to work with me tomorrow to give Heather a little bit of a break during the day. So.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. And I just saw you before we came on the air that you guys were enjoying a turkey dinner.
Yes.
You guys got a nice turkey dinner. You guys got some Christmas gifts.
I got a nose trimmer.
A nose trimmer. Oh man, I should. That's a good idea. I hate the plucking. It's such a great gift because it's so painful. It's like an onion. It's the other thing that makes you cry.
In fact, I think it was Ryan. What did he say? He said, "Get a nose trimmer for your fucking nose hairs." Because apparently my nose hairs are fucking visible to you guys, I guess. So
really,
I trimmed the motherfuckers today or last night. I opened that motherfucker up and just shoved that fucking thing up my nose and went fucking nose hairs this long coming out of me. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, well Santa forgot to bring me some Visine because of that. I could have used that for my eyes. But I've got to give a shout out to the other one out there, Mrs. Goonie 20. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You must be pretty excited from your Ravens.
Yes, I am. They're just one win away from actually clinching a spot in the playoffs.
All they have to do is win. What is it? The Ravens, all the Ravens have to do is win, but if they lose, the Steelers must lose.
Yes.
And then
the Steelers have to either need the Ravens to lose and they need to win as well.
Right.
Well, we'll talk about the scenarios and the playoff teams are going to be possibly making the playoffs. How was your Christmas? Did you get what you want for Christmas?
I got underwear, so yes, I did.
Excellent.
You also got a nose trimmer. I'm just kidding.
And I think the greatest gift is you guys have a newest member of the family. I think that's
She just turned 1 month today, actually. She's 1 month today. She was born on this day 1 month ago.
That's amazing. Well, I'm so glad that you guys have had a wonderful year together. It's been a very special year for your whole family. So I'm very happy.
It has been.
And the other guy that I thank very much that what he's been through this year, Mr. FoulMouthBobbit is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, bud? Happy Christmas, and how was it for you?
Pretty good. Got some new movies and games and stuff. Currently watching the Minnesota-Georgia Tech game.
Oh, we're gonna get into some college football talk. I know you guys are pretty excited to get into that. Bobbit, I saw you play a little bit of games. I saw you play a little bit of NHL. What do you think about Seattle getting an NHL team? I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I don't fully know how to feel about it, to be honest with you.
Really? Do you think another city should have got it?
No.
Okay, because there was just people that complained that Quebec City should have got a team instead. So,
well, that's the Canadians up there.
Yeah,
they're complaining because it is Canada's sport. It's not even their national sport. Curling is. But
actually, we actually had a debate this at Christmas dinner. Check this out, because we actually checked this out on. We did research. It's under the Sports Act in Canada that it's registered hockey and lacrosse are the sport national sports in Canada. Yeah. So curling is not even up there.
Really? I thought it was. I thought curling was a national.
I actually thought the same thing. That's why we had this debate. So
I can't remember.
It was yeah. So if you look up, there's some kind of sports act in Canada that is recognizes hockey and lacrosse as its national sports. Not curling at all. I was really surprised by that. That's why. But funny that I just wanted to bring that up. Anyways,
I think. Look, where does most of the money come from when it comes to the NHL? I get it. It's big in Canada. But believe it or fucking not, hockey is about as big in Wisconsin and the northern states, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan. I'm telling you what, we have some really good hockey around here. I would kill to have a National Hockey League team.
It's interesting. There's so many teams that they would love to have, and it seems like Seattle and Las Vegas are the hot topics right now.
Yeah, Las Vegas. I don't know why they got a hockey team, but I mean, whatever.
Weird.
It's fine. It's a market, though. That's why. It's where is the money? That's what it's all about when it comes to these pro sports.
Right.
All about the money.
And you need to understand that the Canadian dollar is not good in Canada. So all these Canadian teams playing out here, it's like they're not making a lot of money.
No, and that's the problem. And that's the problem. They're not making a lot of money for the NHL. So that's probably why the commissioner doesn't like teams in Canada. They aren't making the money. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's they need to actually sell out each arena, like a Toronto or a Montreal. Those cities. Winnipeg does actually a very good job too.
Here's the thing. Here's what they need to do. They need to start putting teams together that are good. Yes. Mm-hmm. There's Winnipeg. Winnipeg was really good last year.
And that's it.
It's the way it is. It's the way it is. You look at New York, you look at Los Angeles, that's where all the money is. That's where the money is made. They can charge hundreds of dollars for tickets because people can afford it out there. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've probably spent so much time on AHL talk that we should probably get into some matter of talk now.
Sure, let's talk NFL.
But what I'm sure you guys watched some games this week. Let's start with you, Bobbit. What games did you see this week?
I didn't get to see anything because I had a weird weekend this weekend.
Hey, well, it's the Christmas weekend, so it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure everybody had a lazy week, so I'm pretty sure everybody gets a pass. But I'm just glad that you enjoyed your holidays. So did you see any highlights or any games or anything?
No, I saw highlights of the Colts. What was it, Colts Texans or something like that? I saw snippets of that from the TV inside of Walmart.
Okay, that's well. At least you saw some, at least, right? I fucking hate Google Hangouts sometimes. JP, do you get that thing on your end at all, or is that just me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so on my end, when Bobbit sometimes talks, it just slow frames for me. I'm not sure if that's...
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, yeah, no, I just want to make sure that whenever sometimes I'm blaming Google Hangout for that. Hopefully the fucking app gets
blame Bobbit. Don't speak faster.
No, not at all. It's just I just want to make sure that we for the next season of Sideline Study, I'm going to spend the off season on money upgrading equipment. Instead making sure we have everybody has better equipment for all of us here. But yeah, it's all right, Bob. I got to see a couple of games. I didn't get to see too many. I got to see mostly highlights. I got to see part of the first games, like the Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs game. It started off pretty intense, and then the Seattle Seahawks kind of overtook this Kansas City.
I watched that game. I
watched
it.
Here, I'll let you talk about it a little bit.
What did I say last week? What did I say about the Chiefs last week? Why did I say the Chiefs were not going to win the game? Because they will not be able to stop Seattle when it matters. What was the score of the game? You remember?
I can look it up.
I think Seattle beat them pretty handily, didn't they? Did they have the lead throughout?
The final score was 38-31 for Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it took one or two stops from Seattle. Mm-hmm. And I said it last week. Seattle will stop Kansas City. Kansas City will not stop Seattle.
That's one of our things that you've always been high off. Is just how bad the secondary has been for the Kansas City.
It really isn't even the secondary. Mm-hmm. Me and my uncle were talking this yesterday at Christmas, and we were just sitting around. Me and my cousin. My cousin's a reporter. Like that's what he's going to school for. He's going to school for sports journalism. He pays attention to everything. Like I would love to get him on this show and let him talk.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want to talk about me, he gets even more in depth than I do. But see, Kansas City are just not going anywhere, everybody. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to win the division. Well, they're going to win. No, I don't even think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to lose this next game, and I think the Chargers are going to win it. They're going to drop down to the 4 or 5 seed. They're going to end up playing Baltimore. Baltimore is going to run the ball. They might throw the ball 10 fucking times. Don't be surprised that if Baltimore and Kansas City plays, that the time of possession is almost 3-1. 45 minutes to 15 minutes. They are going to keep Patrick Mahomes. All you got to do is run the ball against Kansas City, and you're going to win. It's guaranteed. Almost a guarantee.
Pressure on Mahomes. You confuse him or get pressure on him, he falls apart.
And he showed it again on was it Sunday or Monday?
Sunday.
On Sunday, I mean, he gets flustered late in games for some reason against really good teams.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I must admit that the wide receivers, golden for the Seattle Seahawks. They can still make some plays. That they made a couple of big grabs at the end of the game that were very important catches. So I got to give it to the wide receivers to actually making the completions that they needed to at the last minute mark with the couple of minutes left in the game.
So fucking Doug Baldwin, I fucking can't stand him, but goddamn, he is a good ball player.
Two beautiful catches by Baldwin. I was thinking Anquan Bolden for a second in my head. No, that's not. No, but yeah, no. Thanks for correcting me. But yeah, two beautiful catches on that last drive for Seattle.
He was an undrafted free agent.
I did not know that. But he's really stood out as a top wide receiver for Seattle. But the awareness of Russell Wilson I saw was very important as well in the last drive. He when he sees the opening in the secondary, he'll sprint straight ahead for at least 15 yards. So that was another big play by him. So
the thing is they go. The thing with me is when you catch a ball, I see a lot of these receivers like a Tyreek Hill. They're scat. So they're doing jukes and jives and all that fucking garbage. Get fucking north and south or get east and west, whichever one. Just get yardage. Get what you can out of fucking plays. I see this all the time. Players running backwards to get more yards. You're not going anywhere. Get forward. Get more. If they just go forward 3-4 yards, instead of it being second and 7, it's 2nd and 3. I see it all the time, and it drives me fucking nuts. Sunday watching the Packers, I literally lost my shit.
Can you talk a little bit about that game as well? I didn't get to see that game.
God, dude.
I didn't get to see it, but how did my Jets do? Sam Darnold do okay?
He did. He looked really good. He's the best player out of this year's draft. I don't care what anybody fucking says. He's better than Baker Mayfield. He makes good decisions. He's on a really, and I hate to say this, Coop, he's on a really bad team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Green Bay, I don't know what the fuck they were doing fucking Sunday. How they won that fucking game, I do not fucking know. Oh, I do. I know why. Because their coach left time on the clock for Aaron Rodgers. They didn't even try to run the ball in the fucking second half.
They just threw it the entire second half?
Pretty much. I mean, they were able to throw it, but then Green Bay started shutting them down because there's no creativity. It's a lot like Green Bay, people are saying. There's no creativity. They're running the same plays over and over and over again. And sooner or later, players are going to catch on to that. Thank God Green Bay did, because they got outplayed. I'm going to say that right now, right up front. For all you people that think I'm a fucking Green Bay Packer, they deserve to fucking lose that game. Straight the fuck up. What the fuck they were doing for 50 minutes of that game, I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Game shouldn't have even been close, in my opinion. Should have been like 33-10, Green Bay. They just didn't show up. And then when they finally just started to show up, that just goes to show how bad the Jets are.
Both offensive line.
Well, the offensive line was doing okay. They didn't try to run the ball. If they would have run the ball, I think they probably would have won.
Yeah, that's one thing they got to look to in the offseason. The Jets have a lot of things that they could look forward to. They're probably going to get like a top 5 pick. They could get like a top 3 pick. So they could. I'm guessing that they're going to go with an edge rusher. That's what they definitely need.
They have a decent secondary.
Yeah,
they're young, but they have a decent secondary. I think they could. I think their coach is going to go.
Yeah. Todd Bowles is going to go. They need to bring in somebody new. I gotta give the Jets at least some credit that they won some games that they weren't supposed to, like the Colts game. I don't know.
Or the Lions. I don't know. It's the same with Green Bay. Who are they going to get? I don't know. My uncle thinks they're going to hire Joe Philbin. My uncle did bring up a very important point, though. And when it comes to Green Bay, and I kind of like, maybe he has a point here. Not taking anything away from Aaron Rodgers, but a lot of these players today, with the exception of Tom Brady, and we'll get into that fucking shit in a minute. Tell you that much right now.
I do have a question before that though.
The players getting like Aaron Rodgers, because Brett Favre, when he left, now the whole thing was they were holding Brett Favre was holding the team hostage. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to retire or whether or not he wanted to fucking move on to another team or whatever, or resign or whatever. But he got comfortable in his situation where he pretty much had control of what was going on. My uncle said, and a very interesting point, justifiably so, because Aaron Rodgers is a very good quarterback, they let Aaron Rodgers do what he wants. Is that causing a problem? Is that causing a rift within the team?
I would say possibly, yeah.
Kind of. But that's when you bring somebody in to manage that. Now, that's up to the coach to make the decision. Look, I run this team. My game plan is my game plan. If when I call a play is called. If you see something, you have the decision to change the play. I have no problem with that. But don't change a play, just change a play because you don't like what I'm calling. If you see something that works, do it. But don't just change a play to change a play. And that's what Brett Favre was doing. That's why Brett Favre threw a lot of interceptions, because he would change a play to what he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sort of like a Peyton Manning, right? Peyton Manning called a lot of his plays, right?
The difference is Peyton Manning was able to execute those plays a little better than Brady.
Right. Peyton Manning's a completely different animal. He was like another coach on the field. Aaron Rodgers is too, the thing is that I don't blame Aaron Rodgers for getting all frustrated and pissed off. Put the fucking players around him instead of sitting there fucking drafting player after player after player on the defense. You've got enough defensive players. You need to get players around him that can make plays. Now, they have their skill players. They're okay. They need an offensive line. Mm-hmm. And I said it last night. They have a good center. The 2 tackles, when healthy, are good. They're serviceable. They need 2 guards. I hate their 2 guards. And I said it last week. They are the fucking problem. Because you have the other 3 guys trying to take on 6 people. With the 2 guards, they're fucking like Swiss cheese.
I would love if you can bring some players that you would like to have from the Green Bay Packers on your team from the prospects from this year's draft.
I can do that right now.
Oh.
I would love to have John Dieter from Wisconsin.
Okay.
I would love to have. I can't think of the guard from Michigan. I'd love to have him. They don't give up sacks.
Okay.
They protect.
I'd
love to have a couple of the kids from Alabama. I'll tell you that. They have probably the best offensive line in the country.
Where do the Packers sit among the draft position?
They're in the middle of the pack. They'll finish in the middle of the pack. They'll be like right close to the playoff line.
Okay. I was just trying again. Maybe next week we'll come up with an estimation of
That's
players.
Another thing, just real quick. A lot of people are saying the Packers should tank the season. For people to say that Green Bay isn't good are fucking stupid. Excuse my language. If you're offended by that, I'm sorry.
It's no longer a family-friendly episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Hashtag Christmas is fucking over, motherfucker. For people to say that makes no fucking sense. For a team that isn't even going into the fucking playoffs and they come out, yes, they look like shit for about 55 minutes of that game. But to come back and win that game, to say that they don't care, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. In fact, I'm going to say it right now. I thought they were tanking it, and then they started playing. The Lions better be fucking ready to play because they're going to get it handed to them. Because number one, Green Bay lost to them earlier in the year, and I don't think Green Bay gives a fuck what draft position they're sitting at. This draft is deep. Bobbit went over the top 5 draft picks. Not all of them guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. And those were all defensive players. Now, the quarterback position for the college players this year, they lost one. The kid from Oregon is not coming out this year. He's staying in school. And we'll get into that in the college corner here in a minute. But, yeah. I'd love to have – they need a guard. They need a safety. I think they're good at linebacker because I think Kyler Fackrell can fit right where Clay Matthews is. He's leading the team in sacks. Once they get Perry back, they're missing a lot of key players this year. Green Bay is. And that hurt them. That hurt them because they don't have anybody behind them. And no, it's not because they fucking signed Aaron Rodgers to a $100 million fucking contract.
No, it's
it has nothing. Green Bay's over the cap, but after this year, they are under the cap because the one that was costing them the money was Clay Matthews. He's gone. They aren't re-signing him. They cut Jordy Nelson to free up some money. Aaron Rodgers' contract is cap friendly. Believe it or not, it's cap friendly.
You also said the wide receiver is going to get let go this year, right?
Randall Cobb will be. He's in the final year of his deal. They ain't going to re-sign him.
Okay.
I mean, good God, they got that. The 3 kids that they drafted are making an impact. They looked really good Sunday, and they look like they're big, lanky, long, and can run, and I like that.
Well, shit, one of them's like 6'8", isn't he?
No, he's 6'5".
That's pretty damn tall though for 6'5".
He is. And Davante Adams, need I say more?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they let Jordy Nelson go. And everybody's like, well, they need Jordy Nelson back.
They also
somebody tried on fucking Facebook to fucking say that Jordy Nelson's a better receiver. And I said, Davante Adams has put up over half the numbers that fucking Jordy Nelson did
in his entire career.
In his entire career in Green Bay already. And he's only been with Green Bay 5 years.
They also did, remember, at the trade deadline, got rid of Ty Montgomery and for draft picks, and they got rid of HaHa Clinton Dix as well.
For draft picks.
Yes, so they're going to be looking deep in this draft.
I'm telling you, what Green Bay is doing is they're going to trade down, and they're going to trade back into the first round, and they're going to end up getting 2 possible first-round draft picks. And what I mean by that is B.J. Raji, Clay Matthews. That's the kind of draft I think Green Bay is doing.
B.J. Raji, yeah, I remember.
But the thing with Green Bay is they have a guy that drafts for scheme. He doesn't draft. Ted Thompson was always best player available. So HaHa Clinton Dix was a good safety. He's the only safety that I can remember that was taken in the first round by Alabama that even came close to panning out. I know that they've had a couple of others. The thing about Alabama is they're really good college players, but when they get to the NFL, they're
Eddie Lacy value, right?
Eddie Lacy, fucking what?
He was from Alabama, right? He was good 1 year, and then he was just he died out
because he didn't want to fucking go into the weight program that Green Bay wanted to. He wanted him to slim down.
Yeah, no, he was too big. So. I had another question about you before we moved on to the topic. We were talking about this topic off air, ladies and gentlemen, about the difference like between Khalil Mack and Clay Matthews when it comes to an inside and outside rushing.
Okay.
Can you like clarify to people why Khalil Mack is better as an outside instead of an inside rusher?
Because that's what he is. He's a outside. He's a defensive end / outside linebacker. He's a 3-4 guy. Mm-hmm. And when Clay Matthews was in college, he was drafted for his versatility because he could play both inside and outside. He did it in college. If you put Khalil Mack on the inside, unless he's pass rushing, he's ineffective. Not saying he can't make a play, but he's not consistent. Clay Matthews is more consistent on the inside than Khalil Mack is. Now, am I saying that Clay Matthews is better than Khalil Mack? No, I'm not saying that. Khalil Mack is more of an impact player. He's a pass rusher. Is Clay Matthews a pass rusher? He was brought to Green Bay to be a pass rusher, but you've seen what happened when I can't remember who it was that got hurt, and they moved him to the inside. He was better. He was better on the inside than he was on the outside. And you put him and Nick Perry on the same side, you could stop him.
A while they had Julius Peppers on the team too, and then they had TJ Hawk or something. I think
AJ Hawk. He was people shit all over him too, and I don't know why. He was serviceable. I mean, he was a number 5 pick in the draft, but goddamn, not every fucking player that's picked in the top 10 is going to pan out. As long as he's serviceable and he fits what you're trying to do, they won a fucking Super Bowl with it. Just saying. Aaron, I was talking about defensive players, not offensive players, and Mark Ingram is he's serviceable.
He also takes a lot of roids in order to.
Yeah, Kamara is like 10 times better than he is anyway.
Yeah, Kamara is the new kid on the block for the Saints.
And in my opinion, he's not worth the number 1 pick. However, again to that point, for what they drafted Mark Ingram to do, not worth the number 1 pick. AJ Hawk, when he came in, when he was drafted, Green Bay drafted him. He was a 4-3 guy. In the middle of his career, like the second year, they switched over to 3-4, and he became a serviceable linebacker, but Green Bay couldn't get rid of him because of his contract. It wasn't cap friendly. So they had to keep him. They had to keep him.
I actually thought, didn't he have the similar a similar agent compared to like Aaron Rodgers? Or?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the agents, who they have for agents and stuff. So
okay, I just remember that there's a couple of players. I remember the Jets and the Packers, I think, had similar agents. So I thought it had something to do with it. But there was another topic I wanted to quickly talk to you about, and I know you didn't want to talk about this, but we have to. There was people talking about this. So the Pro Bowl came out in selections.
No, I do want to talk about it. I do want to talk about it. I don't. I just want to clarify my point. Is all I wanted to do.
Okay, let me just. I'm just for everybody out there that is unaware. Andrew Luck is not part of the Pro Bowl this year, but Tom Brady is, and people were upset because Andrew Luck. People are complaining Andrew Luck should have made it instead of Tom Brady.
Right.
Now our first thought is the Pro Bowl, and we really should not care that too much about it. But yeah,
who cares? Look. Does Andrew Luck, should Andrew Luck be in the conversation? Sure.
I'm just saying that maybe for like the I think the reason probably why he's not there is because he had a slow start with this team.
And that's what people are not getting. If you have to throw the ball 50, 55 times a game because your offense hasn't figured out what they're fucking doing yet, that's a problem. You better throw for 400 fucking yards a game. In fact, you should throw for more than 400 yards with as fucking talented as Andrew Luck is. And I'm not sitting here shitting on Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is one of the great talents. So he wasn't picked number one because there was nobody else. He's good. He deserved to be the number one pick. But to sit there and say, to take him over Tom Brady, it's not laughable, but does it really matter who goes to the Pro Bowl? The reason, what I'm saying is, for people to say that Tom Brady doesn't deserve to go to the Pro Bowl is foolish. How is he having a bad year?
He's not having a bad year. It's just people are expecting him to have top numbers like he always does.
But here's why. They're running the ball more. They don't have to rely on Tom Brady like they used to. Is it making them not as good? Probably. It could be. But that's Bill Belichick. That's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's still the same Tom Brady. I'll put it to you like this. If I had to choose between two quarterbacks, Andrew Luck or Tom Brady, I would put Tom Brady on the field and sit Andrew Luck. Why? How many Super Bowls has Andrew Luck won? How many playoff games has Andrew Luck won?
None.
Now he's won one.
Oh, I think they've won a wild card game.
I think so. Either that or they might not have won one. I don't know. I don't know their record. But what I'm saying is, how many Super Bowls has Andrew Luck won?
None.
What has Tom Brady done with less? A lot more.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady doesn't have Julian Edelman. No, he does have Julian Edelman. He doesn't have a Randy Moss anymore. Yeah. He doesn't have that Brandon Cooks. He didn't have Rob Gronkowski. In fact, I think Tom Brady is the only player from the fucking team that made the Pro Bowl. That tells you something right there. I'm not shitting on Andrew Luck. All I'm trying to say is, how can you not put Tom Brady in there? Now, does Andrew Luck deserve to be in the conversation? Sure. But I don't think it really matters who you put in. To be honest with you, you could take out Tom Brady, but then let's put it this way. Keep in mind, the Pro Bowl is before the Super Bowl. Tom Brady. Here's another thing. You know who the alternate is? Baker Mayfield.
Oh wow.
I bet nobody knew that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So that's what people think. And 2, it's a popularity contest.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And the players vote as well. It's not just the fans, it's the players.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only all-star game where the players get to vote, where I think it's a third. I think the coaches get a third, the players get a third, and the fans get a third.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. I don't vote too much with it. I just know it was a popular topic that I wanted to bring up here because we have a couple of Colts fans out there.
And I get it. Andrew Luck's had an all right year, but he hasn't had that much better of a year than Tom Brady. Do you want to know why Andrew Luck's numbers are higher? It's because they have to throw the ball, or had to throw the ball at the beginning of the year because they didn't have a running back. Now they got Marlon Mack. They're able to run the ball a little bit more. Look at, good goddamn, I called that at the beginning of the year fucking too. Run the fucking ball a little bit, and you might do something. And they are.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think they're getting into the playoffs.
Well, we'll talk about those. We have some upcoming games that we'll talk about with the scenarios, but I wanted to get to Bob about his thoughts about the topics that we talked about. Bobbit, what do you think of Tom Brady and Andrew Luck? Do you think Andrew Luck should have been the Pro Bowl this season, or do you not care?
All I know is, why does people really give a fuck about this? It's an exhibition game more than anything. All it is for one conference to have a bigger dick than the other one. Who really gives a fuck?
It's basically a death sentence for if it's like, putting your health at risk. Go ahead, Bobbit.
If the fucking Patriots make the Super Bowl, Brady's not going to be in the Pro Bowl. So stop your bitching.
But then Baker Mayfield is the alternate.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an exhibition game. Who really gives a damn?
I agree. People make him stink about nothing.
We were talking before on air that or off air that they should just have a flag football game.
They should.
You literally win jack shit.
Yeah, it's more safer to actually play flag football than an actual football game with that game.
I bet Robert Edwards from New England Patriots might argue that. Remember his knee injury that he had? Broke his fucking knee.
Oh my God, an exhibition game, right? Was that a couple years ago?
That was flag football, but they were playing it on the sand.
Oh no, I didn't see that. No, sorry.
Well, that was a long fucking time ago. It was like, God, I don't even remember. He was like he was a really good running back, and Patriots drafted him. I think he was a first-round pick. And he went up to catch the ball, and he broke his knee. I mean, completely destroyed his knee. And he ended up almost had to amputate his knee from above the knee down because it was that bad.
Hey, well, no matter what, just being an athlete and jumping is putting something in danger, right? So it doesn't matter if you're wearing pads or not, but it's just oh my God, like ACL tears are terrible for people, man.
I would rather, again, the Pro Bowl used to be after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Trek. So keep in mind, but I'd rather have it in the middle of the fucking year like they do. And I know there's only 16 games, but usually you can get a pretty good gauge on where fucking teams, where players stand or whatever. I could give a shit where the fucking Pro Bowl is. Pro Bowl just needs to fuck straight off anyway because it's fucking waste of time.
But speaking of which, did you guys ever watch the flag football last year at all, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I know they had it on before the season, and I watched the flag football a little bit.
During the when the season ends, when the playoffs end, when the AFC and NFC championship game ends, I take a week off of football. I don't even fucking pay attention to it. I just ignore it completely. Okay, so here's why the teams that play in the Super Bowl do not play in the Pro Bowl.
Right.
The teams that play I'll say it again, teams that play in the Super Bowl do not. So if New England makes it to the Super Bowl, Tom Brady's not playing in the Pro Bowl.
That's why they have a substitute.
Yes, that's why they have the alternates.
Yeah.
Now, I can almost guarantee you Aaron Rodgers will not play in the Pro Bowl. Why? He probably wants to recover. He don't want to fucking get hurt. He's playing hurt already.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been hurt all season.
So trade Andrew Luck to fucking NFC team and fucking play in the Pro Bowl there, Sarah. Just kidding.
So the players can choose if they don't want to play in the Pro Bowl or not, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, they have that option.
Okay.
I mean, look, they might get, if they get selected to the Pro Bowl, they get incentives. You know, them incentives on their contract.
Okay.
But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm not playing, man. Fuck that. I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna relax, rehab my fucking knee or whatever's fucking bothering me. Fuck the Pro Bowl. I don't care.
I would make some calls behind the was like, hey, we could use some help over here. I don't know if that's breaking a contract breach with players or anything, but they can tweet
can't do that, especially if they're under contract.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought they like tweet it out and just like, tease them a bit or something.
Oh, you can't do that.
Oh, you can't even do that. It's whoever's a free agent, I guess, right?
Even as a free agent, you can't talk to any player for a period of time. I think it's up to you can agree in principle, but you can't contact them or it's weird.
Oh, okay. Because I see players whenever like there's like the Des Bryant thing. You had all these players that tweeted out to Des Bryant about like suggestions that they can come their team of that. So players can't do that.
I don't think so. Oh well, if they're free agents, yes.
Okay, yeah. See
if they're free agents, they can.
Okay.
But if they're not, like if they're like, I'll use prime example, Clay Matthews. They can't talk to him until other players talking to other players. I'm pretty sure that happens under the table. But it can't be like Green Bay can't send Aaron Rodgers to go talk to Des Bryant. All expenses paid. Hey, you come play for me and we'll win a couple of Super Bowl rings or whatever. Can't do that.
I will say this: free agency day is one of my favorite days of the year. So I will look forward to.
I don't much care for free agency.
Oh, really?
No, okay. I mean it's there, but there really hasn't been. Name a player that's really been a big impact on the free agent market.
For last year wise?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Would Khalil Mack be one? No.
Not contract.
Aaron Darnold, would he be one? No, he was restricted. He held out.
No, he was under contract.
Jordy Nelson.
Green Bay released him, and I don't think he was that big of a pick up for anybody. He isn't having that great of a year.
No, he really hasn't. He did terrible for my fantasy team. So that was a terrible pick on my part.
That's why we got rid of him. It's not because they didn't want him around. It's because he was getting old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's starting to slow down.
He's starting to slow down. I love Jordy Nelson. I really did. Some of the fucking shit he used to do.
Top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah. But, dude, you hurt your knee and you slow down and you just aren't able to. Sometimes you're just not able to go from where you left off from. It's just age catches up to you. He's 34, I think.
Oh yeah, well he's up there.
He's Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sure, but
yeah, no, he hasn't done very well for Oakland at all. Well, Oakland hasn't done well at all this well, but
they did win Monday.
Yeah. Now, was there any other games that you wanted to get into a little bit?
I could talk about the Baltimore. Who did they play?
The
Chargers. Baltimore and the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
I watched a little bit of it, and from what I seen of it, the Chargers just they kind of got outplayed. Baltimore is one of those teams where if they can get all their cylinders going, they have to be able to run the ball. They ain't gonna beat you throwing it.
They had I think like 4 sacks on Phillip Rivers, like a couple of interceptions. Fucking stutter.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Their defense is awesome. It's the best defense in the league. Everybody talks about the Bears defense, but you haven't seen the Ravens defense. They look really fucking good because the Chargers have one of the better offenses in the league. They have tons of fucking weapons. So yeah, that was a good game. The Cowboys can straight fuck off. Who cares? They aren't gonna fucking win a game in the playoffs because they got Jason Garrett.
I think they might be up against the Bears, possibly. I could be wrong, or no, they might be up against the Eagles, the Vikings.
Team.
Yeah. Do you want to get into those teams at all? Who's going to make the playoffs?
The Vikings are definitely making.
The Vikings will make the playoffs. I would not be surprised if the Eagles make the playoffs. The Eagles make the playoffs. Watch the fuck out.
I'm going to read the playoff scenarios here of the teams that they're going up against. Okay, so the Vikings are going up against the Bears.
They will. I mark it. That's the game. Bears will get beat. Why? Because they have changed their offense. The Vikings. If the Vikings defense that I know that they have shows up, the Bears are not moving the fucking ball at all. They aren't. The Vikings with their offense, and Kirk Cousins, I think, is the problem. I don't really think that the Kirk Cousins is the answer in Minnesota because I think he's overrated, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a good year here, a good year there, but he's nowhere near that good to be worth that much money. But with the weapons that they have in Minnesota, they're going to be able to run the ball because they have a two-headed monster.
Dalvin Cook and
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, as long as Dalvin Cook plays well, he is very important because he started off slow with injuries. He didn't have the numbers. But now, lately, he's starting to get those numbers again. So he's going to be a very important role for the Vikings against the Bears.
Yeah. The Eagles taking on. I'm assuming the Eagles are going to take on the.
Eagles got here?
No, because wouldn't the Vikings take on? The Vikings would take on the Bears.
Yeah.
So it'd be the Eagles. No, the Bears take on the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, the Eagles are taking on the Redskins. So no matter what.
No, I'm talking about playoff scenarios here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. The Vikings have to win their game no matter what against the Bears. If they don't win,
I don't see them losing.
If you don't see them losing, here, just in case the scenario happens, the Eagles are taking on the Redskins, and they have a possibility. They need to win that game.
Who's the other team?
The other team the Cowboys are already in. The Seahawks are already in.
Okay, the Seahawks are already in, so it's between the Vikings, the Eagles, and the Redskins.
No, it's just between the Vikings and the Eagles.
Okay. I do not see the Eagles losing to the Redskins, but I also don't see the Bears beating the Vikings. I don't see the Vikings beating the Bears 2 times in a row. I do see the Vikings beating the Bears 2 times in a row. I do not see the Bears beating the Vikings again. Either way. I just don't see it. And if the Bears have to play against Seattle, look the fuck out because I don't want to play Seattle right now. Seattle's on fucking fire right
Yeah, well, Seattle, after the way they played, they beat the Kansas State Chiefs. And
as much as I hate to fucking say that, I fucking hate the Seahawks with a
Seahawks. I just want to represent tonight just to show how proud I am that they made the playoffs. Even though I didn't have any faith in them at all this year as a fan. But the other, do you want to go to the AFC side? Okay,
sure.
So in the 4th seed, we've got the Baltimore Ravens.
I think they'll win their division.
Because they're going against the Browns this week. So
well, okay. I'm hoping the Ravens beat the Browns.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those games actually to watch. The Browns can play spoiler to the Ravens. If the Ravens lose, then the Steelers have a chance of making the playoffs.
They have to win.
They have to win against the Bengals. That's their opponent.
I see them doing, but I don't see the Steelers or the Ravens losing to the Browns. Not saying that it's going to be a blowout, but
it'll be a close game.
Like I said, the fucking Browns are no pushover.
Yeah, after the Steelers' big loss to the Saints, 31-28, the Steelers need this win. So if they don't get this win, then oh boy, there's going to be the changes going on, I think, in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I just wanted to
firing Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I don't see him getting rid of Tomlin in a very long time.
Do you think that maybe their offensive coordinator needs to go? Maybe.
I think fucking Ben Roethlisberger needs to be put in his place, a lot like fucking Aaron Rodgers needs to be put in his. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. So I talked about this earlier. I think Ben Roethlisberger, if he thinks he doesn't ever do anything wrong. He always makes the perfect fucking decision. If that's the fucking case, the guy would never throw a fucking interception.
Right.
That guy can straight fuck off.
I just realized that holy shit, we've been talking so much football that we're going a little bit over time. I'll speed it up a little bit more for us. But yeah, no, that's the scenario with the Steelers going against the Bengals and the Ravens going against the Browns. The other thing going on is in the AFC South between the Colts and the Titans, and the winner of this game I think clinches the 6th seed, and that's the Colts and the Titans are against each other in this game.
Right.
So that is the other scenario in the AFC South. And that's
the thing I see there is the Titans have been able to run the fucking shit out of the ball.
Derrick Henry has been very well lately.
So you want to talk about how great your defense is, Sarah. You better hope that they know how to fucking stop the run, because if they do not, the Titans will fucking destroy the Colts, which I see the Colts losing that game. You can throw the ball 50 times a fucking game. You better be able to control the ball, or else you're not winning that game.
I got to mention right now, the Titans have been a pest for me all fucking year with picks. So.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna win. I really do. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win that game.
You've said at the beginning of the season that this looked like a playoff team. The Titans were in the playoffs last year, so this is a do or die game for both teams. But Derrick Henry needs to be an important role, and Dion Lewis as well. Dion Lewis, I think, has played pretty well for the Titans, so that's pretty important. That the Derrick Henry thing. If you stop him, and the Colts might have a chance.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference, Sarah. The Titans have a better offensive line than the fucking Giants do, number one. And number two, the Titans have a really solid defense. They've been playing who did they just beat last week? I mean, they held them to less than 100 fucking yards, almost total offense. Who was it?
The Colts?
No, they beat. It was a playoff team. Wasn't the Ravens?
I thought it was Texans.
It was the Giants.
No.
Last week?
No, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They were on Thursday night.
3 weeks. I thought it was the Texans, wasn't it?
Mariota's playing, by the way.
He's playing too?
Week 15 was the Giants.
You sure?
I'll look it up.
Well, either way, I'm just the Tennessee Titans have been a fucking pest for me all year. But
they're one of those teams. If they get their fucking defense going. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, there you go. Okay. But either way, the Tennessee Titans have won important games, like the Patriots game. That was a big win for the Tennessee Titans. So yeah, I could definitely see them getting the win in this game. But no, those are the playoff scenarios with those teams that are going into this game. Do you guys have anything else that you guys want to bring up before you guys want to talk a little college?
Yeah, there's something I wanted to bring up.
Absolutely, go ahead, Bobbit.
Sake. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I saw this on SportsCenter this morning before I went to work. That dude from Redskins who got traded to the Cardinals over Christmas.
Oh, the Redskins.
Swearinger.
Yeah, I thought they released him. I didn't know he got traded.
You can't trade.
Actually, he got released from the Redskins on Christmas, and then the Cardinals.
Merriweather? That guy's a fucking douchebag.
I think his name is DJ Swearinger. That's the guy that I was kind of high on this year. He mentioned something that he bashed the defensive coordinator, saying that you know we should have been more aggressive on this play, and that he was basically trying to call what should have happened on a play in his opinion. But he got released for that.
That is what a fucking team needs to do. If a fucking player comes up, fucking starts bashing his coaches, get him the fuck out of there.
Absolutely, that you've been saying that for all year. It doesn't matter if he's getting paid $100 million.
One of their best defensive players too.
Yeah, absolutely. I called it. Like he's been helping the Redskins this year, and it doesn't matter who you are. You make a selfish thing like that, you're gone. Jay Gruden. So that's another thing. Do you think Jay Gruden's still going to be around? That's a very big decision.
Going nowhere. Okay, everybody's sitting there saying fire and fire and fire. He ain't going.
No, he should not go. I like him as a Redskin coach. He's done fine there.
Because if you get rid of him now, you lose your draft picks you're getting. Based off that, because I think they're getting picks from somebody. For him signing with the Raiders. And if I remember correctly, if not, I might be thinking of something else. But and plus that would hurt them financially because they signed him to a 10-year, like $100 million deal. Yep. They have to pay him that. If they fire him, that's in his contract. He gets all that money. No matter what.
Mm-hmm. No, he's gonna be there for the long run for the Raiders. No, I thought we were talking about the Redskins, Jay Gruden.
He ain't going nowhere either.
Yeah, no, I was agreeing that he was not going to go anywhere for the Redskins.
What has he done wrong? He's fighting injuries.
I think it's just people. If he gets released, would he go somewhere else, like the Jacksonville Jaguars? Yeah,
might. They ain't firing Dave Marone either.
No, Marone's not going anywhere. I think John Harbaugh just signed, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he got re-signed.
They re-signed him because they've seen how valuable he is.
Mm-hmm. He's really the best coach they've had.
He's one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah. No, I totally
know if the Ravens wouldn't have signed him, I think Green Bay was going to.
Yeah, no. So now the coaching carousel opens up. If maybe Mike McCarthy goes to the New York Jets,
he might.
I don't know.
He might. I think he would do good for Sam Darnold. I really do.
I could see the fit there. I could see there. But yeah, that's fun. No, thanks, Bob. That was a great thing that you brought up, man.
I don't think they should fire the Denver coach.
Oh, no. What?
I think that's on him. That's he's in his first year, isn't he?
I thought he was in his second year.
Okay, so why fucking fire the guy? Let the guy fucking build his fucking team. I hate it. This is what I hate. People shitting all over fucking coaches. It's really frustrating to sit here. Well, they should fire him because he hasn't done anything in 2 years. How long has he been there? 2 years. Let the guy build his fucking team. He still has to build his team. You sign a guy for 5 years or 4 years. Let him build his team. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jesus Christ, he's got two of the best outside linebackers in the fucking NFL. Let him build his team. You got to build around the guy. You can't just you got to build around the coach. The coach is the guy that fucking builds that team. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the coach, a lot of it is the players. You can't release every single fucking player. Because if you start releasing every single player, you're going to be the number one pick in the draft every fucking year. 2 years, 3 years, it don't fucking matter. How long is this contract for? If you think the guy's not going to work out in 3 years, then here's what you should do. Fuck it. Sign it for 1 year at a time. If he doesn't fucking do anything the first year, get another coach. Guess what? You're going to run out of fucking coaches in the NFL. Let the guy fucking do his fucking job. God damn, he's only been there for 3 years. It'll be okay.
One coach that is not okay is Todd Bowles for the Jets, though.
Well, he's been there 4 years now, right?
At least 4 years, 5 years now.
Okay, so he hasn't done anything in 4 years.
No. The team.
That being said, he didn't have a quarterback.
He didn't have anybody on the team.
Now he does. But watching the Jets, it's a lot like Mike McCarthy. It looked like he had lost the locker room. So it's like, okay, time to move on.
Yeah. No, there needs to be a fresh start. And I think the Jets, the Packers, and even the Panthers going into the offseason, all three of those teams that we've liked this year on the panel. And the Baltimore Ravens, I think, are the only team that made the playoffs of all the panel teams. But those three teams, I think there's going to be a lot of talent that's going to be added depth-wise in the offseason. Is there anything that you guys else want to bring up before getting into the college corner?
Jim the ace, Jim Harbaugh? Yeah, he ain't leaving Michigan.
No.
He should have been fired, but I think he sucks as a coach. I think Jim Harbaugh is one of the worst coaches ever.
That could be something that you guys can bring up on the college corner is coaches that might be brought up from the
I hope none. I hope not. I don't want Nick Saban all over again.
No, fuck no.
Oh God, please don't.
Steve Spurrier.
Oh yeah, I think we've looked up that guy earlier in the season, didn't we? Guy looks like older Kurt Warner, I think.
Yeah.
But hey, if you guys have nothing else to talk about for NFL wise, I'll let you guys get on to some college talk. I do have to get going within the hour, so I do want to let you guys do your thing for college. I'll do my thing on the chat room and say hi to people and let you guys do your thing.
All right, Bobbit. So we have college football games going on today. This is the week where all the big games happen, where all the big schools, where the big guys play, like your Bama. Well, Bama doesn't play until Saturday, but Stanford and Michigan State and Oregon. I have all the games here. There's a few of them. One of them got canceled today because of the weather. Boston College and Boise State because of the lightning strikes. I mean, it was down in Dallas, so there was continuous lightning strikes. So they canceled the whole game. It's like 9 minutes, 52 seconds into the first quarter they canceled the game.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, fuck this, we're done. The referees didn't want to get struck by lightning. I think God was trying to tell them something.
Stop with the fucking flags, you fairies.
Jesus Christ. Right now, Minnesota's playing Georgia Tech, and I'm shocked because I didn't think Minnesota had a chance in this game. But they are walking away from Georgia Tech right now.
It's actually been a really decent game so far.
What do you mean? It's 34-10. Minnesota sucks. So does
Look
Wisconsin.
who they're playing.
Georgia Tech's not bad. They have a better record.
Say something
You
now,
know,
man.
records don't always mean anything.
Oh, whatever. Georgia Tech's a better team. Minnesota just came to play Georgia Tech. That's what I see. Tonight is California versus TCU. Who you taking in that game, Bobbit?
Oh fuck. I'm gonna go California.
Going TCU. Better defense. They don't play defense out west. Ever. Then tomorrow we have 2 basketball schools going up against each other. Temple and Duke. You got in that one, Bobby?
Oh, wow. I'll go Duke.
You're going to go Duke?
Yeah.
I'll go with you. Duke. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm going to go Duke. I think Duke has a better. I've seen Duke play. They've played some really tough games. Now, the game that probably going to talk a little bit about is Miami and Wisconsin. These 2 played in the Orange Bowl last year. And this bowl here is the bowl that fucking Iowa should be in and not Wisconsin. That's just my opinion because Wisconsin beat Iowa. Wisconsin finished ahead of Iowa. Why is Wisconsin in a worse bowl, in a lesser bowl? Makes no fucking sense.
Oh.
This one's the pinstripe, new era pinstripe bowl. It's at Yankee Stadium. Now, Wisconsin's going to win this game by a lot, and here's why. Number one, it's being played in weather conducive to what Wisconsin likes to do. Miami doesn't like playing in cold weather. So this one isn't even going to be close. I'm going Wisconsin on this one. Bobbit?
I gotta go Wisconsin.
Okay. Baylor and Vanderbilt. Moving on.
Yeah.
Purdue. Who are you picking? Baylor or Vanderbilt?
I'm gonna go Vanderbilt.
You gonna go Vanderbilt? I'm gonna go Baylor. I'm gonna go Baylor. Baylor's better. Baylor's come a long way too, with all that scandal that they had a couple years ago. West Virginia, or no, Purdue and Auburn.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Purdue with the upset.
I am too. The reason being is Purdue has actually been pretty competitive. Auburn isn't as good as everybody thinks they are. I'm going to go with Purdue. I'm going to go with Purdue as well. West Virginia versus Syracuse. I'm going West Virginia, and here's why. West Virginia, well, I might go. This one's tough because their quarterback from West Virginia is not playing in this game because he wants to get ready for the draft.
Okay, I was going to ask you that if their good quarterback was playing or not.
Who are you going with, Bob? Syracuse or West Virginia?
God, I'm gonna go with Syracuse.
I'm going West Virginia. Why? I think West Virginia is better. Iowa State versus Washington State.
Washington State.
Yeah, fuck Iowa. Going with Washington State. Florida versus Michigan. This game is, and if I remember correctly, this is number 11 versus number 7. Michigan got their ass beat by Ohio State the last time they played. Michigan, I don't think their best defensive player for Michigan is playing in this game. Getting ready for the draft.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking do this, but I'm going to go with Florida. I'm hoping Michigan wins, but again, I think Jim Harbaugh sucks as a coach. He's overrated. I'm going Florida. Florida just has too much speed, too many weapons. Without having a few of their best players, Michigan isn't gonna. They're gonna get it handed to them.
Yeah, I'm going Florida as well.
I want to pick Michigan. I hope Michigan wins, but I don't think they will. South Carolina versus Virginia.
Oh boy.
SEC versus ACC.
Oh boy. Virginia is not that bad this year.
Virginia's been competitive.
Yeah.
South Carolina's been okay, but I think I'm going to go with Virginia in this one.
Yeah, put me down for Virginia.
Okay. Cincinnati versus Va Tech.
Cincinnati.
Going Virginia Tech. They have the better team.
Wait, I thought you said ball Tech or something like that.
No, Virginia Tech.
Oh, yeah, Virginia Tech for sure.
Stanford and Pittsburgh. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what these bowls are. So
we'll call this one the Go Fuck Yourself Bowl.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna go Stanford.
Me too. Stanford can run the ball. They're like Wisconsin. They're a lot like Wisconsin. They run the ball, power eye, ram it down your throat kind of football. Michigan State. This one I think is going to be. This could be a blowout, just depending on which Michigan State team shows up. Michigan State versus Oregon. I'm going Oregon. Oregon's got more talent.
Yeah, I want to go Oregon too.
Missouri versus Oklahoma State. Two former conference rivals.
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State because when you think that they're not going to win a bowl, they somehow always find a way.
Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Missouri. They have a better defense. Defense always wins the day in these kinds of games. Northwestern versus Utah. And fuck Northwestern, by the way.
I'm going to Utah.
I'm going with Northwestern, though. Utah can't play defense. Northwestern can. North Carolina State versus Texas A&M. Texas A&M. Moving on.
Yeah, Texas A&M.
Mississippi State versus Iowa. Fuck Iowa. Mississippi State.
I agree.
And that's the Outback Bowl. That's the bowl the Badgers should be in. Northwestern, they're in the fucking Big Ten Conference. You goddamn right I hate every team from fucking Chicago. It's true. I picked Northwestern.
It's like me hating Toronto, right?
Oh, I fucking hate Toronto too.
Yeah, it's like Ottawa and Toronto are mortal enemies. Like when it comes to that. So.
Let me see. Where was that? Yeah, I Northwestern. I picked Northwestern because they can play defense. Iowa can't. Mississippi, or I already called that Mississippi State versus Iowa. Fuck Iowa. Mississippi State. They have the better defense. LSU. Now here's the game where I'm calling it right now. LSU versus UCF. You're going to see the discrepancy. And I know that Greedy Williams from LSU is not playing in this game. However, the guy behind him is about as good, if not a better prospect than he is. I'm going with mark my motherfucking words. LSU will win this game by 20 points. LSU is going to come out angry. They were talking about it on ESPN the other day. They are pissed the fuck off because they knew they had a chance to beat fucking Alabama, and they fucking choked. They blew it. I watched that game. Alabama didn't play that great because LSU has really good defense. If they would have showed any semblance of an offense, LSU would have won that game. UCF is going to get fucking destroyed. Why? Because they don't have a defense, number one. You fall behind LSU, they're just going to ram the ball down your fucking throat 3 times to 1. They're going to, if they don't have to throw the ball, they won't. So, Rick, there you go. LSU will run the ball because UCF can't stop the run. Kentucky versus Penn State. Fuck Kentucky, I'm going with Penn State. I used to live in Kentucky, so I can fucking say that. Fuck Kentucky.
I'm going Penn State.
I don't fucking hate Penn State too, but the Rose Bowl, Washington versus Ohio State. I fucking hate Ohio State. In fact, this kid from Ohio State, they're talking will be the first quarterback taken in the draft this year. This Haskins kid. I'm going with Ohio State. Washington is about the only team in the Pac-12 that has defense.
I'm going to go Ohio State as well.
Ohio State has such a good offense. Mm-hmm. Their offense is so good. I fucking hate Ohio State. Texas versus Georgia. Bobbit?
Georgia.
I hate to say it, I'm going to go with Georgia. And the reason that I'm going with Georgia is because they do have one of the 4 best teams in the country. However, they lost to Alabama in the SEC championship, therefore knocking them out of the playoffs. Now, and these 2 games are before a lot of these other games. Why? And I'm going to talk about this real quick because this is another thing. This is what I do at Christmas time. Me and my uncles and my cousins, we sit around and we talk sports. We talk football. We talk college football more than anything. And Heather will vouch for that. We talked about Aaron Rodgers. We talked about Tom Brady. We talked about Andrew Luck. We talked about the Tom Brady Andrew Luck thing. Why is Andrew Luck not going to the Pro Bowl? Number 1, it's a popularity contest. Bottom line. Number 2, does it really matter? You can pick either one. I'd rather have Tom Brady because the players vote on this shit too. That tells you something that the players are voting for fucking Tom Brady. That tells you a lot right there. So the number 2, number 3 game for the playoffs, and I think that this game is the Cotton Bowl, if I remember correctly, is Notre Dame versus Clemson. I don't remember. I could be wrong about this, but I think that this is that game. Who are you picking in that one, Bob? Notre Dame or Clemson?
Clemson.
Clemson?
Yeah.
I am too. Clemson by a long shot. And then the final game, number 4 versus number 1, Oklahoma versus Alabama. Bobbit?
Oh, now, Oklahoma.
We talked about this a little bit last week. I've had time to think about it. I'm gonna go with Alabama, but barely. I think Oklahoma is going to contend. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be like the Georgia-Alabama game, where it's gonna come right down to the last few plays. And don't be surprised if Oklahoma does win. It's going to be like a 45-38 game. It's going to be one of those. But Alabama's got the better defense. They're going to make a stop. It's a lot like the Chiefs. Oklahoma is the Kansas City Chiefs of the fucking college football world. have a fucking spectacular offense, but cannot stop a fucking person on defense at all. So Bobbit has Clemson and Oklahoma, and I have Clemson and Alabama. Next week, we will pick who wins the national championship. Now, what did I say I was going to talk about before we get into what you wanted to talk about? It was in the middle of the picks. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Whatever. We could talk. Let's talk about prospects, Bob. Do you got any prospects that you want to talk about?
That kid from the quarterback from Notre Dame has been interesting to me.
Yeah, but he's only a freshman, I think. I think he's only a freshman. He ain't coming out this year.
Is he a true freshman?
I think so. It's just like the kid from Clemson. He's a true freshman. He ain't coming out either. You want to talk about quarterback prospects?
Sure.
All right. So you've got Kendall Murray. I think that's his name. You've got Dwayne Haskins. Got, if he comes out or not, Tua. No, Tua. I don't think Tua can come out. I think he's only a sophomore. I'm not sure. The Justin Herbert from Oregon has decided to stay in school another year. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this kid. And this was the decision that he made to stay in college was this reason and this reason alone. The only reason, and this is what he was told by teams, the only reason we're going to draft you in the first round is because you're a prospect, not because of your numbers. This kid said, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm staying in college another year. I'm going to prove to you that I am worth the number one fucking pick in the draft. I'm going to be better than any quarterback you've ever seen. That kid right there made a really smart decision with the way that he said that. Because to have somebody say we're only going to draft you on your prospect ability, this isn't fucking baseball, man. Because in the NFL, there is no developmental league. I would much rather have a kid that wants to fucking show you something. Unlike a Baker Mayfield that thinks he should be handed everything. Which is true. That's Baker Mayfield in a nutshell. That's why I don't like the kid. But I think, and it's been said today, and I kind of agree with it, it's Dwayne Haskins is this year's quarterback. That's what everybody's saying. And I kind of agree because I've seen him play, and he's really good. Here's the thing. Who's the number one pick in the draft right now?
I think it's Cardinals.
Didn't they just draft a quarterback in the first round last year?
I think so.
They did, Josh Rosen. Why would they need another quarterback? Because they were talking about it. They were talking about the Cardinals drafting another quarterback. I'm like, what the fuck are you? This is why teams fucking fail.
Well, look at the Ravens. They got 3 quarterbacks, and nobody's in 2.
Well, how old is Joe Flacco, Heather? Isn't he on his – he's been in the league how long? 34? 35?
Hold on, look. Can't remember right now.
Yeah, he's been in the league, what, over 10 years, right?
So, yeah.
They drafted Lamar Jackson because of his athletic ability.
Okay, here how fast this is the projected order of the draft. This is the top 5. I'm only going to do 5 because I'm going to go like all night on this. Cardinals, 49ers, Jets, Raiders, and Lions.
I could see the Cardinals going after Bosa. I agree with TSS there. And the second pick, I see being Dwayne Haskins to San Francisco. Because below them is the Jets at number 3, I think. Right?
Yeah, so far.
In 10 years exactly.
Yeah. And then who is number 4?
Raiders.
The Raiders don't need a quarterback. They got Derek Carr.
They need a pass rusher.
They need a pass rusher.
I wonder where that came from.
They do have Leonard Williams. I like Leonard Williams. He looked really good until he made that stupid mistake in the middle of the Packer game. He got kicked out of the game for punching.
Yeah, no, he's got a little bit of discipline problems.
That is another reason why Todd Bowles is being fired, probably because he can't handle his fucking players.
He also said something about the officiating in the Sunday game where it was like he was questioning the calls.
Yes. That hurts a team when you do that shit. You can't. That's another reason why Todd Bowles is being fired, because he can't handle his fucking locker room.
Yeah, and the fact that they lost and he complained about it and he's in the hot seat, that's not going to look good.
Yeah, he's done. Who is number 4? Raiders. Who is number 4? Raiders. Who's number 5?
Lions.
The Lions. They could use a quarterback, but they won't because they have Matthew Stafford. For some reason, they're stuck on Matthew Stafford.
Do you think they might need another running back? Get rid of I don't know. They have Kerryon Johnson.
I don't know about Kerryon Johnson. He doesn't impress me.
Oh, okay.
He's not an every down back. He's one of those scat back.
He reminds me of like a Garrett Blunt. Where he's like kind of like a downhill thumper guy.
Then he's not. Yeah, but can you rely on him? Could you put him in there? Is he good receiving? See that's Detroit's offense. It's hard to say. I don't know.
I could definitely them going secondary though. They got. I think
the Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a decent secondary. They have. We'll see. I don't know what they need. They need a lot. They need everything. The Lions. Look, the Lions. Here's another team. I hate Matthew Stafford. I can't fucking stand him. But is he a really good quarterback? Yes. He reminds me of Andrew Luck before Andrew Luck joined the NFL. Look at how this kid is good. These throws that everybody's saying that Patrick Mahomes can do, fucking Matthew Stafford was doing it before he was even fucking playing college football.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing that fucking underarm, sidearm bullshit. And fucking Chris Collinsworth needs to shut his fucking pie hole. A guy gets on my fucking nerves saying he's the only player in the NFL that can make throws like that. But yet, fucking Aaron Rodgers will come out and he'll fucking do the same goddamn thing, and he'll say the exact same goddamn thing he said about Patrick Mahomes the week before. Chris Collinsworth is a fucking idiot. Don't listen to that guy. Anybody that does or likes him, you guys need to reevaluate how you watch football. Just mute it. It's so much better not having to listen to Chris Collinsworth. That guy is a fucking dipshit.
Do you guys still need to do any more stuff with the College Corner?
I mean, there's pretty much nothing going on in college. I mean, they're playing their games now, and the real college part of the reason I watch college football is
that's the future.
That's the future of the NFL. So I watch college football to see what's coming up behind the Aaron Rodgers and the Von Millers and the Joe Flacco's. That's where you get your players. Mm-hmm. That's how you build a team, is through the draft. These free agent fucking bullshit. There hasn't been, and I asked her earlier, who's really been a really good free agent in the last few years for any team? These guys get their fucking contract and then they're, I got a sore wrist. I can't fucking play.
Yeah, usually.
Last true great fucking free agent, Reggie White.
It wasn't Peyton Manning?
He really wasn't a free agent. He was released.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, he got to choose what team he signed with, though.
Well, of course. But that's not free. I don't think that's free agency. I think okay. Peyton Manning he was good. He was in Denver for what, 3 years? 2 years?
Yeah, a few. I think
Okay.
2, 3.
But Reggie White was in Green Bay for. He really didn't change the franchise in Denver, to be honest with you. Think about it. He really didn't change the franchise. Reggie White was an impact player for Green Bay for years to come, because nobody wanted to come to Green Bay because it was cold, fucking miserable, and nobody wanted, because you had Detroit who played in the dome, and you had Minnesota that played in the dome. Yeah, you had Chicago, but it was not as cold as Green Bay, which is way the fuck north in northern Wisconsin. It gets fucking cold up there. Okay, like it's still 10 degrees in the middle of March up there. So it stays cold. Nobody wanted to come there. Ron Wolf signed Reggie White, and it was like after that, player after player after player came to Green Bay. It was the place to go. And they built the team around Reggie White and Brett Favre. Won the Super Bowl 2 years later. And we're good, consistently good for years to come. What has Peyton Manning done to consistently make Denver good?
He did help win the Super Bowl.
He did, again, so did Reggie White. But players coming to Denver, what player wants to come to Denver now?
What, they had a couple of offensive players that.
But have they been impactful enough to fucking win them a Super Bowl? This is what I'm getting at.
No.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at.
Now the free agencies this offseason, would you think like a Jarvis Landry? What do you think of them? Would have been a good signing for the Browns?
Jarvis Landry's going to leave Cleveland, though.
Yeah, it was
think
true.
about that for a second, because he's now their number one guy.
Yeah. But I would say that was probably a good signing for the Browns this offseason, right? So.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't call it a free agent. I think they'll re-sign him.
That was just one name that popped up. I was just thinking.
There's free agency really. I like it when a team builds through the draft, like a Green Bay.
Yeah.
Fucking New England. New England does the same thing Green Bay does. Exactly the same thing. They built through their draft and they get the token free agent.
Another team is the Seattle Seahawks many years ago when they went to their Super Bowl. They built that team with a depth of like 6th and 4th rounders. And they built it around that. That's how you build a team.
Yes, it is. And that's how Green Bay won the Super Bowl. Most of their picks come through, the third, second, third, 4th round. They
groom their players.
Yeah. Terrell Suggs is on his last leg, though. I don't think he'd be an impact free agent anywhere, though. And I don't know if he'd sign with the Ravens. He might, but I wouldn't consider him an impact player. I mean, people are saying Khalil Mack, but Khalil Mack wasn't a free agent. He was under contract. They traded him.
Right.
And that's another thing I want to fucking talk about real quick. Is what did the Bears really give up to have Khalil Mack? They traded their 1st round draft picks and then signed the kid to this big contract that may not be able to re-sign Mitchell Trubisky. Because if Mitchell Trubisky starts developing, you've given a big contract to one of your players already. Do you want 50% of your fucking salary going to 2 fucking players, and then you're going to have fucking unsigned free agents, rookie free agents coming and playing for you? I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that. That's why Green Bay doesn't go out and get the big fucking free agents.
Yeah. No, they normally don't. That like Julius Peppers was a rare
but he didn't do
much.
No. He didn't. Yeah. He was a token free agent.
Yeah, he was a jersey seller.
Good. He was good, but
He didn't win us a Super Bowl.
I just realized I've got to get going soon in about like half an hour. So, do you guys want to get into our picks now soon, or
Yes.
do you guys have anything else that you guys want to mention?
Nope, that's about it.
Hey, well, I personally want to thank everybody who's been with us for the entire season of just making NFL picks with us. Because it's been one hell of a season, up and down with picks for us. How did we do last week?
Well, pretty much everybody was over 500.
Oh, nice. Well done, everybody.
Except for Rayshawn.
Fuck you, Rayshawn. I love you, bud. He always likes to pick the teams that just go against me, just because he likes to do the heel character here.
You, Bobbit, and JP all tied at 11-5.
Oh wow! Me and JP are still on that high race for first. Right?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I went 10-6.
Oh nice! Well done, Goody.
And indeed, Ryan, you did win the picks this week with 13-3.
And you know what you win, Ryan? Fucking-lutely nothing.
You get a slow clap.
Ryan has officially won the Pro Bowl.
Well done, everybody. But you beat the panel. Well done.
Oh, we're doing playoffs. Oh, trust me, we're doing playoffs, brother.
Oh yeah, we'll do playoffs. We'll get into that. But this is the final week of the regular season.
Truck wants to know how he did picks.
For picks. So just make sure all of you guys are ready to join along with us for all these picks for week 17. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. We got the first game we've got is the Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills. Goonie, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna have to go with Miami on that one. It's the Bills, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills are competitive.
Mm-hmm. This is in Buffalo too.
I'm gonna go with Heather on this one. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Gonna go with the Dolphins. Okay. Bobbit, who are you gonna go with?
Well, considering it's a chick at work I'm trying to get with, that's a Dolphins fan. It's going to be in my best interest to go Dolphins.
Oh, jeez. Fucking Christ.
Bobby, did you learn from the last time you don't date people you work with?
See, I'm like that little squirrel who gets the kid getting electrocuted on a power line. You'd think I would learn my lesson, but I don't.
Speaking of that happened at my uncle's yesterday.
A squirrel bit the power line?
Squirrel was climbing on the thing, and they were waiting for we're also looking out the window waiting for it to get shocked.
Fuck. Oh, man. Well, he deserves it. Fucking idiot. Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen like stuff like that happen here too. It's common,
right?
But yeah, Bob is going with the Miami Dolphins. I am gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. I think that
he's trying to do that. He's trying to take that top spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills because they got the home field advantage. The snow might be a factor for Miami. Home field advantage for Buffalo can be a factor because that fan base, they when they're passionate about a game, they can get into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the home field advantage. I think that the Buffalo Bills are just going to pull off some magic against Miami in this game and have the weather on their side and the home field advantage. So I'm going to go with the Bills. What is the rest of the chat room going with?
Mostly the Dolphins. Well, I don't know. Everybody's asking Heather how they did.
Oh, they're all asking how they did on their picks?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm pretty much caught up with everybody now.
Well, I think what she said was just everybody had over 500 weeks, so that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Rayshawn, that motherfucker went 5-11.
Pretty much went 11-5, 10-6, or 9-7. So.
All right. Well, if you guys have any questions, just give us a message in the Sideline Study group chat. We'll figure stuff out there.
Yeah.
That's been pretty handy for us now, so I really enjoyed that.
We'll have the totals soon. Heather's working on that as well.
Uh-huh.
Just send me any details about whatever things that were missing or anything like that I can help out with.
Missing week 14.
I will get on to that. I will. I've got some time now. I've got to go to another dinner tonight. So, oh boy, I'll get that out of the way, and then tomorrow I got some time. I'll go through that. But so the rest of the chat room, I think some of them were going with Dolphins. Ryan's TSS is going with the Bills. Bills, Dolphins have nothing to play for. Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll move.
Bills.
Next game we've got here is the Atlanta Falcons against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm gonna go with the Falcons in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same.
It is in Tampa Bay though.
I know.
The Falcons have the better team, I think.
You know what's funny? And I was looking at the total QBR numbers for this Tom Brady versus Andrew Luck argument. And did you know that Jameis Winston is in the top 10?
For this year?
Yes.
Oh, well, he hasn't played half the year because he was benched, right?
But he still qualifies.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I hate about sometimes the numbers is
they're so skewed.
Yeah. It's I mean, Jameson Winston hasn't been playing as much, so of course his numbers are going to be a little bit smaller and might be better, right?
Right.
But Jameson Winston is also I'm surprised he still has his job right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, have you guys made your picks? I'm going to go with Atlanta.
I'm going with Atlanta.
Goonie, who are you going to go with?
I'm going with the Falcons.
But don't be surprised if the fucking Buccaneers win. Just right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing good defense. Their offense is a little shaky. But then again, Atlanta's the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, they need a running game. So, Bobbit, who are you going to go with?
The New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, wow.
Falcons.
All right, I'm going with the Dirty Birds. What's the chat room going with?
Everybody wants Falcons.
Everybody's going Falcons. All right, scooting along to the next game. We've got the Dallas Cowboys, who clinched their division, against their divisional rivals, the New York Giants, and this is in New York. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys in this game.
Cowboys versus Giants in Giants territory. Who did you pick, Coop? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys because I think they have to play this game. They have to win. The
Cowboys don't have to win anything. They've
already clinched.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't want to play for a position or anything.
They can't. There is no position to play for. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I still think that they should come out and play this game against their Giants. The Giants.
They should.
Mm-hmm. Because they have to. After a couple of weeks ago, the Colts' embarrassment loss, they need to at least still look strong going into the playoffs.
I'm thinking what TSS is thinking. I'm thinking the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to rest some players.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, he is the Cowboys fan, right? So
yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and agree with TSS. The Cowboys, man. That's a tough one because if they don't rest their players, then the Cowboys will win. But fuck it, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Sorry, I just don't trust that fucking Jason Garrett's gonna sit players.
I haven't read any news about any bench players yet for the Cowboys.
He'll probably put him in for like the starters in for a series or two, and then sit them.
Mm-hmm. Probably for the second half, if they're doing well, they'll take them out or something.
If they're doing well, but then again, if they lose, it don't hurt them any. They don't gain a position or lose a position. But
okay,
I don't understand the fucking resting players thing anyway, because sometimes that fucking hurts you.
Yeah.
Look at the year that they went 15-1, they rested their players week 7, all of their starters week 17. They still won the game.
Okay.
But
they fucking got their ass beat in the first fucking playoff game because they didn't play for 2 fucking weeks. Out of fucking rhythm.
Mm-hmm. No, I've seen people have bye weeks in the playoffs, and then coming after the bye week, they lose at home, so they're sometimes look rusty. But yeah, that happens. So yeah, what's the chat room going with? Oh wait, no, did Bobbit make his pick?
I get.
Fortune favors the bold. I'm going Giants.
Ooh, he's gonna go with the Giants.
I don't think Bobbit has picked the Cowboys at all this year. According to Bobbit, they should be 0-16. What?
Fuck Cowboys.
I agree with you. I don't like the Cowboys either. But.
Oh, I love this panel. What's the chat room saying?
Everybody went
Cowboys except for TSS. He went with the Giants.
He went with the Giants because they're going to rest some of their players.
All right, we'll find out on Sunday. I'll keep me updated in the Sideline Study chat. And I'll let you guys know with news if I hear anything about it.
Okay.
The next game we've got is the Carolina Panthers against the New Orleans Saints. Bob, I'll let you start with this game.
Saints. Move on.
Well, did they bench Cam Newton?
They did.
Yep. He's not playing the rest of the season because of his shoulder.
It's not because of his shoulder. It's because he sucks.
No, it's seriously because of his shoulder.
I know and I suppose that's the reason why he sucks.
Well, that's part of the reason why he sucks.
Okay. Fucking whiny little bitch. See what I'm saying about fucking Cam Newton? I know his shoulder hurts, but come on, man.
I think actually the Panthers just released a quarterback off their roster too. So I think he also played pretty bad in a game. But I got to go with the Bobbit. Agree. I'm going to go with the Saints over the Panthers.
I'm going with the Saints.
I will admit though, Christian McCaffrey, one hell of a year for the Panthers. He's put up record numbers, I think, for the Panthers.
I'm gonna say this as well. I think although he put up those numbers, I think he kind of hurt them a little bit as well. I think we may mention that last week.
Oh, okay. I read in the news on Sunday that he's putting up record numbers for the Panthers.
You can put up record numbers, but are you getting W's out of it?
No, but I'm just from the very beginning, he's been one of the players that have helped get wins for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't, but did he get you all of those wins or
most the wins that they had, I think, were helped from him.
Yeah. But a lot of those losses are his fault too, because they tried giving him the ball in all these different weird, odd situations that they don't need to do. You can't revolve an offense around one fucking guy.
Well, DJ Moore.
They should have never got rid of Kelvin
Benjamin. Yeah,
they never got fucking rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, his problem was drop balls, and that's the problem with DJ Moore that they just drafted. Is he's dropped a bunch of balls this year.
Well, he's a rookie, right?
Right. Yeah, but that's bound to happen. But he's dropped a lot, I think, from what I've seen from him this season. Also Greg Olsen has had that injury as well as a tight end. So, but I just wanted to quickly mention that Christian McCaffrey has had one hell of a year for the Panthers.
Yes, he has. Mm-hmm. I will say that he has had one hell of a year.
Hey, we got a special guest. Welcome.
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys make your picks for the Saints and Panthers yet?
I took the Saints.
All right. Goonie, who are you going to go with?
I'm going with the Saints because I'm not entirely sold on McCaffrey.
Oh, really?
I think they're going to re-sign Devin Funchess. I don't think they're going to let him go.
Okay. Yeah. No.
To be honest with you.
Just a reset in the roster for the team for offensive wise.
I wouldn't do it. You gotta keep somebody.
Yeah. I don't know who they would keep. I think the only person is Greg Olsen and Christian McCaffrey. Greg Olson's getting up there though.
Yeah, but Olsen's more injury prone now than he used to be, though.
Yeah, he's getting more injured for sure
because he's older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
he's all the time having some kind of foot issue.
Yeah, I think he broke his foot or something like that earlier this year.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I think the Panthers definitely need is a tight end that they can probably look forward to in the draft. But yeah, no.
Well, here's the thing with our fucking draft guy though. We draft tight ends, but they turn out to be not worth a fuck.
Oops. Well, I guess nobody can live up to Greg Olson. He's just a very special player, I guess, when he's out there.
No, we just need somebody who knows how the fuck to draft.
I don't know. When's the last time that they've drafted a good tight end besides from Greg Olson?
Greg Olson?
I guess
they didn't draft Greg Olson, Bobbit. They traded for him.
They've never drafted a good tight end. All their tight ends have been absolute shit.
Greg Olson came from Chicago.
Ah, okay. I was wondering about that. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, Greg Olson in Chicago. That rings the bell. Okay, yeah. But he has been very consistent when he's healthy for Carolina Panthers. I definitely think that they need to start looking for a newer tight end.
There's a few out there in the college draft, and Noah Fant will probably be gone before they get to him.
I'll look for. I'm actually going to look forward to that and see if Carolina's going to go for a tight end this year.
I'd be surprised if Green Bay goes out and gets him.
Let's quickly mosey along what the chat rooms say here. Are they all going with the Saints?
No, Alpha and Ace and TSS went with Carolina.
Ah, okay.
Ace went with Carolina. Everybody else went Saints.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Moving along to the next game. This is going to be a quick one. The New York Jets are going against the New England Patriots in New England. I'm going to go with the.
You know, Bill Belichick ain't sitting his players. Never fucking does. This one isn't even going to be close. Well,
it's in New England, so
I'm going to say this: the Jets are competitive. They try.
They put up a good amount of points, though.
What I said earlier, that was kind of a misstatement, but not really. They have talent. They do. It's just they don't have any leadership. And what leadership they do have, he's a rookie. Who's going to listen to him? What's my assessment of Jimmy Graham this year? He can go fucking duck for all I care. Why they fucking signed that guy, I do not fucking know.
Yeah, he's not been the same since he left the Saints.
When he was with the Seahawks, he didn't do shit. And then Green Bay signs him. Jimmy Graham's a washed up piece of garbage. There you go, Bobby. You can have Jimmy Graham.
All right.
They would even find a way to fuck that up.
Green Bay didn't do it. He didn't do anything with Green Bay this year. It's nothing that Green Bay fucked him up. But fucking had Aaron Rodgers. That's Jimmy Graham being fucking lazy.
Yeah, no, he needs to. He asked. His numbers are down. He can't catch the ball. His time is done. His time has passed. What does the chat room say? Did you guys all go with the Patriots as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobbit, you going with Patriots?
Yeah, I'm not that bold.
All right, and the chat room, I'm guessing, is all going to go with the Patriots. Well, moving on to the next game, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Houston Texans. Yeah, I'm going to go with Houston as well. Bobbit, who are you going with?
Houston, they don't have a problem. I'm going Texans.
I'm going with the Texans. All right, and Goonie, who are you going to go with?
Oh, it's got to be Texans. I mean, Jaguars are just falling apart.
Yeah, they've folded this season.
But they do have Bortles back, but that's not going to make much of a difference.
He's better than he's better than Kessler.
Yep, I agree with that statement for sure. Blake Bortles is a little bit better. It's too bad because Blake Bortles can put up those offensive numbers like he did last year.
We talked about that last week. I don't think it's honestly his fault.
Yeah, he just needs better talent, right?
He needs more talent behind him. They traded all of his receivers away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alan Hearns is not there.
No.
There was another guy that was really good there. I can't remember where he went.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. Yeah, he went to Chicago. I see everybody's going with the Texans as well in the chat room as well. Bobbit went with Texans. Should we move on to the next game?
Yeah, he went with the Texans.
Sorry, I'm just making sure. Like everybody just went with Texans. Like Goonie, did you go with Texans?
I did, yes.
Okay, because I don't see Jacksonville winning this game. That's all.
Not either.
All right, moving on to the next game. We've got the Detroit Lions against the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go with the Packers in this one.
Green Bay's not losing.
No. Goonie?
Green Bay better not lose to the Lions.
They better not. I don't see them losing, though. Right?
It's in Green Bay, too. So
Detroit is just... What can I say about Detroit? They for some reason they have some semblance of talent. Again, Matthew Stafford is like Andrew Luck. He has no talent around him. Therefore, you can't rely on Matthew Stafford to win you the games. If you get something around him, which they have had, ever since what's his fucking nuts left? Megatron or whatever the fuck his name was.
Calvin Johnson?
Yeah, ever since he left, they have been shit.
He might come back.
He ain't coming back. That's like saying fucking Barry Sanders is coming out of retirement.
I see. What is this? Do we have another special guest with us? Is that where did Bobbit go? Is this who I think it is?
Yo.
No fucking God.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, for the third week in a row, he is joining us for NFL picks. DJ Skinny Penis has made his return to the sideline study. Well, I'm so glad you could join us for these picks. We're on a very exciting game here, Mr. DJ Skinny Penis. It is the Lions and Packers. Who are you gonna go with?
Yo, I go with the Packers. Gonna be shoving that cheese down the Lions and kill them. Yo.
So glad you could join us for the final week of the season, DJ. All right. What is the chat room going with? Is everybody going with the Packers?
Everybody went Green Bay.
Okay. We've got the next game here. Once I get the thing up, is the Philadelphia Eagles against the Redskins. We talked about this earlier. I'm gonna go with the Eagles because Nick Foles is actually looking good.
He's revitalized that team.
I'm going with the Eagles too. I don't think it's because of Nick Foles. I think it was just the Eagles.
They weren't playing well.
They weren't, but then look at who they played.
Yeah. Easy opponents, right? Aguni, who are you going to go with?
I'm going with the Eagles, and I do think it's because of Nick Foles.
No.
I think he's brought a new vigor to the team.
He's brought a spark a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think that? Okay, so let's talk about this just real quick. I know Coop's got to go, but I want everybody's gauge on this. Are you going to keep Nick Foles or are you going to keep Carson Wentz?
I'm going to keep Nick Foles.
Fuck that shit. That fucking just wasted your fucking draft pick.
Yeah, no.
Why would you trade up, get the second pick, draft a quarterback, and then get rid of him 4 years later? Why? That is the dumbest fucking move a team can make. And that puts you behind 10 years when you do that shit. You're wasting your pick.
What people don't understand is Nick Foles signed again, I think, with the Eagles because he was happy at the position as a backup with the Eagles. So I don't think he has a problem playing his role, and he's playing the role perfectly. He's Carson Wentz is injured. You bring this guy in to see if he brings a spark to the team. Let Carson Wentz heal for the rest of the season, and just see if the magic happens again. So
Carson Wentz is the future of Philadelphia Eagles.
If he can stay healthy.
He will stay healthy.
I'm not sure what's going on with
the line that'll protect him, and he will stay healthy. It's the same with fucking Aaron Rodgers. He gets an offensive line that can protect him, he'll be fine.
I'm not sure if DJ Skinny Pete is having a seizure over there.
I think he is. I don't know. Fucking.
What DJ? Were you into a really deep jam or something, or did you?
Yeah, wooka wooka.
He was practicing his scratching skills,
I guess.
Okay. Well, we got the next game. Well, we already talked about the Eagles and Redskins. So is everybody going with the Eagles here? DJ Skinny Penis, you gonna go with the Eagles?
Yo, I'm going with the Eagles because they're going to be serving up cheesesteaks in Washington. Yo.
Okay. All right. Everybody's here gone with the Eagles, I think. What's the chat room gone with?
Everybody went Eagles.
Everybody's gone Eagles. All right. Moving on to the next game. We've got the San Diego Chargers against the Denver Broncos. I'm going to go Los Angeles Chargers. Everybody keeps fucking that up. Everybody. I don't care who it is. If it's analysts on the air, everybody keeps saying San Diego accent.
Yep.
It's going to take a while.
Who is the Chargers playing?
They're going against the Broncos.
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Chargers. Goonie?
I'm going to go with the Chargers.
And Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you going to go with here?
I'm going to go with the Chargers because they'll be going all over them horses.
Did you just go?
It's the sound effects when they're going to give him a shocker. What is the chat room going with?
Chargers.
Everybody's going with Chargers. All right, moving on. What's the next game we've got here is the Oakland Raiders against the Kansas City Chiefs. No question. KC.
The Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, this is in Kansas City.
Well, if Kansas City keeps playing the way they're fucking playing, they ain't going to win another game the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah. No,
I'm talking about their fucking defense. If I was Oakland, I would run the fucking ball. I wouldn't even try to throw it. If I did throw it, it'd be short little quick slant routes, quick little fucking shallow routes. I'd run the fucking shit out of the ball and expose Kansas City for what they really are. Nothing more than an offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think their offense could play better defense than their defense could. That's how bad the Chiefs' defense is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs though because it is the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree and go with Chiefs as well. Goonie, how are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because Raiders are not doing shit this year.
Nope, not at all. And Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you gonna go with?
I'm going with the Chiefs because they're going to send up the smoke signal of the W.
Oh my fucking god! All right, what does the chat room say?
Everybody's going Chiefs.
All right, moving on to the next game. We've got the Chicago Bears against the Minnesota Vikings. Very important game. Very important.
Minnesota.
Who are you gonna go with?
Yes, dude.
Where is it again?
It's in Minnesota, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah, we'll go with the Vikings.
Oh wow. But man, oh man. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Bears in this one. I think that Minnesota's motivation is lacking. So I think that maybe Chicago is probably going to run the ball a little bit more, maybe hold more ball possession is what I'm thinking more when it comes to Chicago over Minnesota.
You think Minnesota has no motivation?
Did you not see their last game?
No, I didn't see the last game, unfortunately.
40, they destroyed the last. Defense showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense actually moved the ball consistently. Chicago barely fucking beat. Who did the Bears play this last week?
I think they played against San Francisco,
and they beat them 14-9.
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
Let me rephrase that. Remember, I've been saying about Chicago's offense, it is pedestrian at best. Mm-hmm. 14 points against the San Francisco 49ers, who have one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. I would say that at times Minnesota doesn't put up offense either.
I think they've changed. I think they fixed that.
Okay.
They fired their offensive coordinator, and whoever this guy is that they have in there, they like him because they have come out firing on all cylinders. Our offense looked like it did last year. I mean, it's your pick, but I just don't want you booking yourself into a corner there.
I just think that I don't know if Dalvin Cook is more injury prone or what he is. He's injury prone like he has been the last few years. I think that the running game is going to be a huge factor, and I think Khalil Mack is going to be able to get in there and stop the quarterback a few times. So I think he's going to struggle against Kirk Cousins, and I think that the Bears have this, and Minnesota is probably going to skip out on a playoff spot this year.
That's where we disagree, but I can see it. I can see the Bears squeaking out another win with their defense because they ain't fucking moving the ball. They aren't moving the ball against Minnesota.
This also might be the pick of the week where I can get ahead in picks. So it all depends next week. But I've been against the Bears this entire year. They're already in the playoffs, so. But yeah, where did everybody make the Goonie? Did you make your pick?
I went with Minnesota. Yeah,
I'm going with Minnesota and Bobbit or DJ Skinny Penis. Who are you gonna go with?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings because they're gonna roll all over them Bears.
Oh yeah, and by the way, fuck Chicago.
Yeah,
you ruined the flow, yo.
Oh, you get over yourself.
And what's the chat room going with?
It's a mixed bag. You got some Bears, you got some Vikings fans.
Okay. I'm way behind with my chat thing. It's loading the Chiefs still for some reason. I'll catch up with the chat room once it loads. The next game I've got is the Browns against the Ravens. Very important game for the Ravens. So, Goonie, I'll let you start with that one.
I am going with my Ravens. I do not see them losing to the Browns. It may be a close game, but I do not see them losing.
It's going to be close. I agree. It's going to be close, but I think the Ravens are going to win.
Yeah, the Ravens playing good football defensively, so I think that they're going to make a nice. They're going to confuse Baker Mayfield a bit in the back.
I just want people to say you were right, JP. The Browns do not suck.
No, they do not suck. They've done way better this year. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens too. JP's going with the Ravens, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with the Ravens because they're going to pick up that poo and go woo woo chaka. Yeah, they're going to throw that poo in the and then the Ravens are going to go caw all the way to the playoffs, homie. Check it.
I have no fucking idea what he just fucking said.
He's going with the Ravens.
I know what he's going with the Ravens, but all I got was caca and poo poo and
throwing poo at cacas. And oh my god, boy. Oh man, this has been awesome. Let's see. What's the rest of the chat room going with?
Ravens. Cody went with the Browns. You are a fool.
Still waiting on TSS for his pick.
We're still waiting TSS. All right. In the meantime, I'll go on to the next game, which is the 49ers against the Rams. No contest.
Yeah. There's no contest with that. It's going to be the Rams.
Yeah, Rams.
Can we just what is the name of that song? We're moving on up to the east side.
Moving on up to the east side.
It's the Rams. There's no. Yeah. They want that. They want that playoff. They want that bye.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, they want another shot at the fucking Bears. They want to prove a fucking point.
That they do.
Even if the Bears do get by and win, they are not beating the Saints nor the Rams. They'd have to go. If they won, they would have to go to the Rams. If they get by the Rams, then they have to get by the Saints. They ain't winning against the number 1 and number 2 seed on the road. There's no way. The Bears do not have the offense. And I proved my point. Yeah, they won. And I do say that on any given Sunday. But this is a totally different ball game. You can't rely on your fucking defense to win you games. And that's what the Bears have been doing for the last 16 fucking weeks. They have been getting by with their defense. That kind of reminds me of the year that they went to the Super Bowl against the Colts. The Colts had the shittiest fucking defense in the league. Colts actually played better defense than the fucking Bears did in that fucking game. I don't care what anybody fucking says. You can sit here and say, well, they have the best defense. Well, it's the Bears year. It's always the Bears year. It's always the Cubs year. You fucking Chicago fans are so fucking weird. You are. It's all, well, we'll get it next year. Okay, we'll be waiting. You don't ever hear me say, well, there's next year. I want it this fucking year. I don't want to have that attitude of, well, there's always next year. Yeah, there may be, but I want it this year. The Rams, the Bears are not beating either team. I don't see them getting past the Rams, period. The Rams are going to fucking destroy them in Los Angeles.
No question about it. Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, you gonna go with the 49ers at all?
I can't even come up with the rap for this one. This is how bad this game's gonna be. So I'm gonna go with Rams.
All right. I'm guessing everybody's gonna go with the Rams too. No need to check the chat.
Yeah.
Moved on. I've got to get going. I've been given the signal. The red light is what comedians are called on stage. To get going. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Very important game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is in Pittsburgh too.
Pittsburgh.
Gonna go with Pittsburgh. Goonie, who are you gonna go with?
What's the game again?
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's gonna be Pittsburgh. They're pissed off right now.
They need this win too, so I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with Steelers because we're gonna put them Bengals nuts in rusty ketchup bottles, yo.
Rusty ketchup.
Yo.
Yo. I'm guessing that everybody's going to be taking the Steelers as well in the chat.
Pretty much.
Okay. Moving on. We've got a couple games left. The Arizona Cardinals are against the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle.
I'm going to go with Seattle as well. Goonie?
Yeah, it's going to be Seahawks for me as well.
All right. And Mr. DJ Skinny Penis?
This could be a battle of the birds, yo. It's going to be caw against cuckoo. And I think the Seahawks going to fall off, man.
A fucking Cardinal doesn't even make that fucking noise.
You shut up over there.
All right. I guess everybody's going to take Seattle in the chat. Last game we've had probably one of the most important games. The Indianapolis Colts taking on Tennessee in Tennessee. Taking Tennessee. Goonie?
Yeah, Tennessee.
They've fucked me over this entire year, but now this is the pick that they must have to come with. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans over the Colts. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you going to go with?
I'm gonna go with the Titans because they're the only 10 I see this year. Yo, check it. It's real, yo. Yo.
That was a dad joke in a rap.
What is the rest of the chat room going with?
Mixed bag.
Mixed bag. It's definitely one of the most important games out there. It's still loading for me. But there you have it, everybody. We've gone through all of our picks for week 17. We've gone through the entire NFL season of picks, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we find out who has made the best picks of the season. And yes, we're still going to be making our picks in the playoffs. So please keep joining us each and every week until the end of the season. Any last thoughts from you guys?
No, sorry, I had to unmute because my daughter's crying.
Oh.
No, look. This is what it's all about. If teams don't win, they don't make the playoffs. If teams do win, they make the playoffs. We have 3 games? Tennessee versus Indianapolis. Minnesota. They're in a must-win situation. I think either way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're at home. If they can't get up to play against Chicago, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Any last words from Goonie?
Nope, she's good.
Oh, by the way, thank you so much for always keeping us organized here for the show.
I try my best.
Wait. I'm not sure if it's doing too much, but maybe that's just I need to get better at more organization. Maybe I don't know, but I really appreciate everybody that helps out with the show because sometimes multitasking for me is not the best. Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, any last words from you?
Yo, it's the last week of the season. It's been a good season, yo, but it's been all full of hopes and highs and lows and lows. Yo, it's been real, it's been fun, yo. Can't wait for playoffs, yo.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. DJ Skinny Penis. JJ's reaction.
He said yo about 40 fucking times. That's the only word I got out of that whole fucking statement is yo.
Oh, man. I'm guessing that he really liked yo-yos as a kid. Hey, well, I'm just glad that each and every one of you have enjoyed your time here on the Sideline Study. I look forward to all the games that are going to be coming up this week. Go ahead, Goonie.
I'm talking to Wendy.
Oh, sorry. I'd like to thank all of you who have been in the chat as well. Thank you so much to everybody in there. I want to give quick shouts to people that I see from the Ace, TSS, Daniel Weidland. I see David Wells. I see Alpha, Trek. I saw Elias and Cody in there. I saw Johnny Ray popped in here earlier. I saw Sarah. What's up, Sarah? Hopefully your Colts will shock us all. Ryan, give a shout out to Ryan. Thank you so much, Ryan, for joining us tonight. Tattooed Mistress, aka Goonie, for keeping everything organized. How do I do this? I think what is this? You
can speak for yourself on the Colts shocking people. If the Colts win, I will lose my fucking shit because they don't deserve to fucking win. They don't. Sorry.
It's all right. I'm just trying to read anybody else that I might have. David Wells, give a shout out to him. Hopefully, I had everybody in here. And for the people that didn't get to see our show, make sure you check out the replay. That's going to be available live on Periscope and YouTube. And hopefully, you join us next week for the playoff picks. And hopefully, you guys all enjoy the last week of the season. And I'll wrap it up, everybody. have a great week, everybody, and thanks for joining us again. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Yo.